Good morning, everybody. Just heading off to work here, and after I get the guys started at work, we're heading up to the tent. I'm gonna be back in the stand. Yesterday at work, I was at I've got 5 different jobs going right now, and I was at one that was kind of south and west of the cities yesterday. And we're standing outside, and in the backyard of this house, there was this enormous 10-point buck, and he was chasing this doe around, you know, like a little kid, like they do. And you could have thrown a rock at it. It was no more than 50 feet away. It was like, I really need to get up in that deer stand. Everybody's trying to get road construction all wrapped up. They've got about 20 more hours and it's going to be crappy weather. I can finally get the local radio station that I pulled from the tent, and they just gave the weather, and it's still looking like now they're saying about 2 inches of snow overnight tonight, and then tomorrow the winter storm warning goes into effect, and they're still predicting 8 to 12 inches. So I never believe it until I see it, but we can be assured that what you're seeing right now on the drive up here is going to look a little different on the drive back. Holy crap, is it cold in here. Okay guys, I have a lot of stuff to do right now. It's about 5 to 1. I'm going to want to leave for the stand by 2. So I need to get the stove going real good, and because it takes a while to heat this place up. And then I'll be able to shut this down and it can heat up while I'm in the deer stand today. Take out the pork chop roast for supper tonight. I don't know if it'll thaw out in time. If it doesn't, I'll just make up some hamburgers, but otherwise we'll cook that up later. So looking on the computer, it's still showing a lot of snow. When I listen to the National Weather Service, it sounds more like, I don't know, 5 to 6 inches of snow. Either way, it doesn't matter. All you really need is 1 or 2 inches to make deer hunting way easier to see them. Okay, so headed out to the stand. I remember sitting out in this stand, I don't know, man, 3 years ago. I don't know how long ago it was. And it was in the afternoon like this, and I just got to my stand, and usually you have to wait till you cool down a little bit before you put your heavy jacket on. Hadn't even put my heavy jacket on yet, and a nice buck walked out, and I shot it, and it was done. the radio just had the local forecast, and earlier they weren't really talking a whole lot about snow. When I first got up here, they said maybe an inch or two of slushy accumulation overnight, but now they just come on and they figure it'll be close to 17 inches by tomorrow night. I think I'm going to plug my truck in tonight, even though I just had it in and had some stuff done to it, got the oil changed and everything, and I asked them and they said you really don't have to plug them in until it gets to like 15 or 20 degrees, and it's supposed to be low 30s tonight, but I think I'm going to plug it in anyway. I really don't want any trouble when there's going to be all that snow.
For Friday, we'll see snow getting heavy at times, dropping up to 12 inches of accumulation. Breezy winds creating some blowing snow as temperatures hold steady, then fall across the region.
I got the wood box extra full now. One thing that you don't think about, especially if you don't live in a place that has snow, right now I can walk in with the wood. I don't mind if I step on the carpeting with my shoes. I can bring the water in from outside. I don't care if I walk on the carpeting. As soon as there's snow on the ground, even an inch, the bottom of your shoes are covered in snow. You can make it as far as the rug when you walk in. You have to pull your shoes off. Otherwise, all the carpeting gets wet. So everything gets messier and a lot more work once that snow starts to fall. I have a little more of this apple wood that I brought up last time for the barbecue up there. I don't get it unloaded right now. I won't even be able to see it in here. You can't see it at all, but for about the last hour it's been this light rain that's just coming down, so just waiting for it to cool down a little bit. Well, this time up I'm going to cheat. I brought my meat thermometer thing so I can just monitor it from in here and tell when that pork gets done. I'm going to go ahead and put apple on here like I did last time. That turned out so good with those chicken thighs. I'd like to try it with some pork. That rain is coming down harder now, and that temperature is still dropping, and I looked at the radar and the snow is just like right on the doorstep here. It won't be long now at all. Okay everyone, well after dinner I talked with Melissa on Skype for a couple hours. Now it's about 20 minutes after 10. Time for me to go to bed. It's still raining right now. It's getting cold though, so it should be switching over soon. It'll be interesting to see in the morning if everything is white or not. Well, that's no 3 to 5 inches, but it's still snowing. They're still calling for 12 plus today. Maybe a ½ inch of snow on the ground. Well everyone, I think I'm probably going to head back to the tent. It's a little bit earlier than I usually would, but no deer in its right mind is going to come out into this. It's not snowing right now, it's a light misting, freezing rain. The whole left side of my jacket and the left side of my pullover hat is a sheet of ice right now. My gun covered in ice, and the winds, they're gusting up over 40 miles an hour. It's just crazy. Super slippery getting down. These are just all ice covered now. Well, that snow is starting to fall, but they got me a little bit worried now. Listening to the new weather forecast, now they're talking upwards of 20 inches of snow. You can drive a truck through 12 to 15 inches. You get up to 20 inches, you're pushing it. And I've got, you know, the driveway here goes out to the, whatever you want to call it, that road. But that road, it's about 3 miles in here, and that never gets plowed. So I'm thinking I might have to get out of here, or the truck's going to be here until spring. Which totally sucks, because I was so looking forward to hunting this storm. It's getting bad fast. Alright, well I had to make the call, and I'm definitely going to head south. What a bummer for the way to end the deer hunting season, but other things I don't know. Like with my gas truck, I know exactly how much snow I can go through with that truck. With this diesel, I don't know. It's heavier. Does it go through more then? Less? I have no clue, and this is just simply not the place to have to find out. And go get a hotel, that would be all right, but the closest hotel is probably 60 miles away. I'm not driving 60 miles to go sit in my deer stand. So I'm going to finish cleaning things up in here. I got to hook up the trailer that I brought up when I come up here on opener, and then I'm heading south. Okay everyone, well I guess that about does it until I come up here in the winter for my annual winter trip. Thanks a lot for watching everybody. We'll see you on the next video. Okay, so now we're on the tar here, and I gave the truck some, well, whatever you call it, put down the pedal when I got on there, and it's all ice. Yeah, so it'll be a slow run getting down to the nearest town, but that'll be close to Lake Superior, so hopefully down there all it's doing is raining. It's so windy that pieces of trees are falling down on the road. I can't believe I've been driving for 5.5 hours now, a usual 4-hour drive. It was really bad up north, a little bit better in the middle of the state, except for cars were going in the ditch. And now all this snow and all of this is headed right up to where I was at. I'm glad I went home today.